Oh
Welcome to
shit.
SpiceCast number 27. It's
So
no Rui, no Dre. Rui's too broke to enter the chat. You know how it is. It's a Jerry Springer Memorial Show.
yep.
Moment of silence for the GOAT, all-time instigator, all time.
Half of the episodes were fake as hell, but who cares?
Extremely beneficial to the culture is all I'm saying. Between him and Maury is like the greatest fucking reality TV.
Him,
Honestly,
Maury, Divorce Court, People's Court, Judge
Judge
Judy,
Judy still mid. I don't care what
Judge.
you say, man.
I still think it's crazy she took the Amazon money, but she
I'm
had
gonna
been on
fuck.
TV for like 25 years.
Still, I don't really like her show as much as the others. Only because it's like the most predetermined and scripted out of the ones we talked about.
The Jerry episodes are hilarious because you can tell the fake ones, like the KKK clips, like especially the one with the mobsters that's been going around today. I was
every
like,
time, bro, every time I think of his show, what I'm really thinking about is that one clip from Mari where the guy jumps around and does the fucking Goomba stomps on the floor.
yep. Like, can you?
Uh, man, R.I.P. a legend. Oh, man, what, Ron? You know you're muted, right? Oh shit, he's gone. All right, it's just me then.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I switched mics. That's what was going
Oh,
on.
all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, RIP a legend, man. We lost a good one. I'm like I said, as soon as Maury Povich goes, I'm doing Fluxy Maury Povich for
The
like
crazy
$10 straight.
thing is, Maury is like 82, 83 years old.
He's 84. I googled it earlier. 84. He outlasted
I
Springer.
didn't. Jerry was like 79. I was like, I swore he was like 85 or something.
Both of them old as
I
hell.
didn't know. I didn't know they stopped making Judge Jerry episodes last year.
Man, the last time I went into a car shop, they had that shit on, and like I was there for 2 hours, and I swear that was the fastest 2 hours ever because I was just watching that shit.
Like he signed a deal with was it the CW, I believe, a few years back. But when he signed a deal with the CW, he ended Jerry Springer, the talk show, at the same time.
That's a shame. He was getting older though. I get it.
And that's when he made the Judge Show. And, you
That was
know,
it.
I didn't know he had cancer. Like, nobody says this stuff.
There's a couple of like what was his name? Norm Macdonald never fucking disclosed it, and then just was like boom gone.
Yep.
I kind of
I
don't
mean,
mind because people do some stupid pity bullshit about how like oh I didn't appreciate this person until I found out. I was like shut the fuck up. Engagement baiting.
um, what's I going to tell you guys? I was going to get into another thing. I've had this take for a while, especially since the People's Court and Judge Mathis got canceled. That daytime, like syndicated television, is just going to be like Kelly Clarkson and Drew Barrymore shows in like 10 years, 5 to 10 years.
Kelly Clarkson's the new Paula Dean.
Like it's going to be just like that type of show. There's going to be no more judge shows because they'll all go to like streaming or they'll all get canceled. There's going to be no type of like Maury shows.
I can guarantee Kelly Clarkson's gonna have a Food Network show.
She comes on every day. I don't know if she come on the same time there that she comes on here, she come on like right before lunchtime.
I'm
And
still
I'm
trying
like,
to think of who else is really going to be popping on reality TV in like 10 years.
I'm telling you, like all the like local channels are just gonna be like talk shows from like 10 a.m. to like 4 p.m.
Hey, speaking of talk shows though, we got to talk about Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson getting fucking booted.
Hey man, Don Lemon,
I watched.
If you wanna come to SpiceCast, invitations here.
Do you see the story that came out from New York Times about why Carlson got fired?
What was it?
So basically, they went through discovery for the trial for the Dominion lawsuit, and like part of that was disclosing some of the texts he had sent, like throughout like January 6th and all like the voting machine shit. And apparently, he is just a fucking abusive ass, like just straight up like talking shit about like everyone, including other Fox News contributors.
I mean, I'm not shocked.
I'm like, isn't
They're
that
like,
his whole brand though? Was just kind of like being a fucking complete asshole.
it is. I don't think people realize that much. But like Don Lemon, they were CNN was like, well, we offered him another contract, and he just puts out a press release.
That shit was funny. It's like clearly he didn't think he was getting paid enough, whatever the contract was. Oh, your mic rip. Yeah, the Carlson shit. I gotta pull that story up again, man. I was just kind of shocked at how fucking brazen some of that was.
About
The funny shit is Fox News being like, "Oh, we mutually parted ways." That shit reminds me of like the NBA when like a player like clearly cost the team value and time, and then the fucking team has to be like, you know, respectfully, we are going separate ways, and in the back they're just like, man, fuck this guy.
all right, okay, no, but like Fox News was doing that, and I was like, it's just funny how Fox News move because Rupert Murdoch made that firing.
Yeah, he came from the top.
It's- I seen a picture. Who was it? Was it Joe? It was somebody like Joe Budden and Tucker Carlson. I was like, damn, he gonna be the next pick on Joe Budden, whatever Joe Budden podcast.
The
The next
crazy thing is, I don't know if you've seen, because I forget if Dominion is the specific case, but like apparently they may get allowed to like publicly release the text that he sent on like January 6th.
damn.
So that
He gonna
shit's
be
gonna be
working for
hilarious.
he'll be working for Infowars in like 2 months.
Infowars got money? I think they're broke.
The thing about Infowars is hilarious. I seen a clip that they made recently where they were trying to like bait someone into saying something stupid, and she was like, "No." She she basically hit him with like facts, and like the chick was like, "Wow, I couldn't." She looked dumb, so the host, but or he's gonna go to what's that shit called? I can't think of what it. It's owned by Glenn Beck, The Blaze.
Oh my god. My conspiracy theory was that he would actually get hired as a contributor on like MSNBC.
I feel like I feel like if something comes out about him, it's not happening.
No, that's true.
Don Lemon gonna be on like I'm trying to think. He gonna be on like Breakfast Club next to Charlemagne.
No shot. Could you imagine if like Tucker Carlson was on something like the fucking Street Confessions, Dirty Street Confessions pod?
Tucker Carlson and Barstool.
Oh no.
Uh, The amount of like content Barstool has is crazy. They have like a politics podcast. And I'm like,
They do?
yes, they have a one of the podcasts. I seen that chick from the Ukraine. What was it? What's the country? Croatia. They did one where the guy interviewed her. This guy interviewed her and told her she was gonna have like a OnlyFans in a year.
That's crazy.
And she was like, OnlyFans, what is that?
Nah, that's fucked up.
No, I was like, how does this company just afford all these people for podcasts?
I mean, it's kind of crazy how Barstool really took over, and they're kind of like the sub
I
in
hate it.
for. I really dislike them. It's kind of the sub in for like BuzzFeed going down
Um,
in
yeah. Like
popularity.
when I was in college, I was like, how all these schools have Barstool affiliates? And then my school had one, but like nobody gave a damn because don't nobody care about like shit like that at our school.
Yeah, I mean, my uni is pretty low key about like nobody is following any shit there. They just want to get in and go. Um, Speaking of politics, though, we got to talk about Rui's governor being cooked. I got a stat for you. You ready for this, Ron?
What?
DeSantis is like 410.
He ain't winning shit.
As soon as people see him next to Trump and Trump's just towering over him, it's so fucking over.
I have a theory that neither of them are gonna win.
Who the fuck would win then?
It's, it's I feel like they're gonna divide the votes, and then like somebody, it's gonna be like somebody boring as hell is gonna win, and then Biden's gonna walk to winning 2024.
You know what? Let me go look at Republican candidates for 2024. The favorites: Trump, not Nikki Haley. No fucking way. People are too horny.
I found out she was Indian. I was like, whoa, what?
It kind of makes sense though.
She
I mean, like,
whitewashed her whole life.
as much as I'm joking about that shit, she does like women are like half of the GOP's party, like unironically.
They are. It, it's weird how women with the GOP are. I don't want to delve into politics too much, but it's like they are conservative or Republican, but they like don't make it their whole. Some of them don't make it their whole personality.
Yeah, they just like low key just vote for Republicans. I mean, same with Dems too. Like, there's a lot of people who vote for that party, but like don't like declare I am a Democrat or a liberal or whatever the fuck. They just like vote for whatever works for them.
Like, I learned in college. I was like, I'd see people and then oh yeah, I voted for, and then they're like casually just say they voted for Trump, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah, I'm good. Think we could leave it at there, but DeSantis is definitely cooked. He had a fucking disaster in Japan where they like people in Japan were towering over him and they were making fun of his height over there. I thought that shit was hilarious. He got like real confrontational too about like whether he was going to run or not. But yeah, nah. Thanks Ruri. Stop it.
Girl,
Go
Rui,
and fix that shit in your fucking state.
you gotta delete Rui.
If we deleted everyone that was like Rui in Florida, it would be utopia.
Yes.
I will not explain
Actually,
any
no,
further.
no, 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 no. It might be worse.
How would it be
I
worse?
just it'd be more white people.
Oh, never mind. Take it back. I take it back. All right, so I want to say every app is a dating app if you try. On
Yes,
another topic,
yes, yes.
it really is true. Like, unironically, I've heard of stories of people getting like asked for their number, like women getting asked for their number on like every single fucking app that exists. Um, it's pretty weird, I think.
Okay. It works if you know how to talk to people. It works, but if not, you're just shooting blanks at that point or something, or you're shooting with no real type of like strategy. That's a better way of saying it.
Yeah,
So
I
like
don't
you
know.
have a
I feel like if you're gonna do that, you need to be like really confident in yourself, and also like playing the odds. It's a pretty unlikely shot that somebody will say yes, but you probably have better odds on other platforms depending on where you're at. I think
I
Instagram is
can't
probably the most
I
popular.
can't do I can't do it on Instagram. Everybody has too many followers on there for me.
I could get that.
Like you go in there and you see like 12K. I'm like, I'm not sending this person a DM. If they didn't send me one first, I'm like, no.
The other part of it too, I think, is like I don't really want somebody who has like a lot of followers online anyway.
See, like when I meet people in person, I don't tell them I have social media. Like they just, if you're cool enough, if I think you're cool enough, I'll just let you follow.
So I'm gonna I told a couple of my coworkers about the story, so I'm gonna tell the SpiceCast about the story. So I had an ex 10 years ago, who like would follow me on every social media and like try to talk to me after we broke up, and so I blocked her again, like 2012, 2013, and it's now 2023, and out of the blue I get a DM like I didn't even read the full message. It was just like, "Howdy, it's been a while, but do you want to reconnect?" Something like that, and I was just like, "The fuck are you doing, trying to DM me on fucking LinkedIn?" And that's why I brought this topic up about every app's a dating app if you try, because I'm pretty sure when we met the last time we were together, like we reconnected through Steam of all places, fucking Steam, because she
That's
saw me pop
wild.
up online. I'm just like, look, man, at some point you just gotta let it go. There's really no shot.
Yeah,
Um,
like
yeah, I'm good.
I said, the worst ones are like when I'm talking to people through Facebook. I'm gonna talk about this later on one day, but I got catfished through Facebook like 10 years ago.
Oh my god.
But it was before like the term catfish was like a thing. Before it really like people really knew what it was. Like I found out like a month after like the documentary came out.
All right, so maybe I'm a fucked up person for this, but like when I would play online games, I always like did a female avatar. But one of the reasons I did that was because dudes would just give you shit just because they think you're a girl because you're playing as a girl character.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if that's like really catfishing, but or it's just people being making dumbass assumptions and it working in my favor. I mean, I like playing as a girl online and like as a female, having a female avatar in an online game, not like literally role playing as a girl, but it's just like you're gonna spend all day staring at this character. You might as well stare at something you you want to stare at. I don't know.
No, you remember those like sites like IMVU and like Me's and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like I remember, I got put on the Me's in like '09 when I was like in sixth grade, and I just used to meet people on there. And like this is back. This is like the time when like MySpace was popping, but it like fell off like months later. And like I would meet people, and then they would try to like add me or other shit. I'm like, no, we can just talk on here. I don't need to know what you really look like. It was my friend. This dude was like a fucking. He bought like all the tattoos and shit, and was like really addicted to it. And I'm like, bro, it's just an online game. Leave it
Might be a
alone.
throwback, but did you ever play not Second Life, PlayStation Home on the PS3?
I did, but I didn't know what the fuck to do. It was boring to me. Like you walked around. I thought they were gonna improve upon it on PS4, but then they didn't put it on PS4 at all. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, like Second Life is actually pretty cool. I think if you really trace the roots of like crypto back to like that era, like 2010, 2008, a lot of people were using Second Life to like
Yes,
to turn dollars into crypto, like Bitcoin, because that was the really like
I was
Skrill and all these other like bootleg ass places was the only way you could do it. Before
I
that,
was
I don't know
not.
if you ever heard of like eGold.
No.
That's like the OG
See,
scam.
see, you were on. You guys were more online than I was ever was.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Like I thought I was online a lot younger, and then like you guys will say something, and I'll be like, I did not know this existed.
That's how I feel like with my girlfriend, the current one. Like she knows about like shit that's online, but I feel like you're like if you've been around in communities that then became like ethereal memes, like that type of shit, it was kind of crazy to just see like popular culture absorb all of meme culture and like fucking 4chan and Reddit and all that shit just becoming like normalized for internet users. Because I remember back in the day, you would see a meme on one of those sites like 4chan or whatever the fuck, and then like weeks later, you'd see the same meme again on fucking Facebook or like
Also,
whatever
like
equivalent you
how
were on.
yeah, so like weeks later you see the meme on Facebook, just like when the meme gets popping on Twitter, and then like weeks later, people on Facebook share that same meme like 10 times in a week.
I feel like now all the memes come from Discord.
Yes, group chats, Discord,
I'm trying to think of where else.
really those places. There's people on Twitter who still make memes, but like it's it's not the same as it was like 2 years ago.
Out of curiosity, have you gotten an invite to Blue Sky?
No,
Somebody invited me and I said no, and I kind of regret it because it seems like that place is like getting to replicate some of the Twitter magic that's been lost since Elon bought it.
I I feel like now that it's invite only for the moment. I kind of fearing that this is going to end up like Clubhouse, where it's going to be invite only for way too long,
And then it's gonna
and
fucking
then
die.
it's like by the time like everybody gets to use it, we won't care. Or like some
Yeah.
other site will, or like something will happen. Like Instagram will make their own version of tweets and try to just box out the whole social media landscape.
The other part that I don't really like about current social media is all the engagement baiting. I think we had talked about that in another pod, but it's so fucking bad right now where every account on every social media just wants to engagement bait.
People will say wrong shit, or they'll say something super suspect, and like people, and they, because they know how people will reply to it, And this shit is starting to piss me off so much. Like they'll be like, it'll be a guy. He'll put like, blank has a lot of girth or something, and then everybody will put like quote tweet with like question marks and like memes and shit. And I'm like, this isn't smart. I was like, this is like a cheat code right now, and we need to stop it.
Oh, I had talked about this in the office. Let me see what your thoughts are. Which is worse, sent from my iPhone or get Outlook for iOS?
Sent from my iPhone
But why?
because half of the time, like it's just people trying to reply back fast as hell.
Oh man, I
Let's
feel
see.
like if you hit me with that get Outlook for iOS and I'm also using Outlook to look at the message, it's just like, what are we doing here?
I'm like, I
Hey
have
man,
that.
I wish I had
I'm not getting.
Microsoft money.
I'm not getting Outlook for iOS. You know why? Because there's already a mail app on your phone.
Well, shit. I think that's the thing. How many emails you got? Like email accounts?
Let's see. I got like four. Let's see. Hot- I have a Hotmail one for Microsoft 365. I
Bro still got a
have
Hotmail. That's nuts. I wish
you.
I had
You
mine.
can't. No, I have the Microsoft Office stuff,
Hmm.
but you can't use it unless you have a Outlook or Hotmail email account.
It's fucking dumb.
Like I had to make my mom has had one Hotmail account she can't get into. So I was like telling her because I bought the family plan of 365. So the other day I had to set up her a new email account just so that way I can share the family plan of 365 with her.
Honestly, I feel like the weirdest shit about how I have my shit set up is I have a live account, but
Yeah.
it's actually a Gmail account.
How?
So like I got tired of people trying to get into my live account, so I changed it. Like you can change your primary email to log in with to another to another mail account. So I changed it to Gmail, and so every time I log into Microsoft shit, like all my personal shit, I'm logging into Gmail on Microsoft.
Oh, you can do that with the Outlook, with the mail app on the Windows computer.
Yeah, it's still a fucking bootleg. Like just like the fact that you can do that is already weird. I think it's
It
more
throws
normal
me
for
off.
iCloud people
Yeah. It throws
because the
me off when
iCloud folks. Oh, go ahead.
I log in Gmail through the mail app on my computer because like I'm not used to how the emails look
Hmm.
through the Outlook thing when I can just go on Gmail on the browser.
Man, I like I said, I feel like when it comes to mail apps, I agree that the best one to use, even though you don't get as much features, is the iPhone's mail app on the phone, just because it's fucking simple.
I still have a Yahoo one, but I don't use it anymore.
Yahoo. Shout out to Yahoo and SBC Global and AOL. Throwbacks.
Yeah, SPC Global. Don't you have to work for them to get that one?
Maybe now, if you had an account back then, you can still use it for other shit.
I know my aunt had one in like '05, I think.
SBC Global is crazy though. It's such a fucking long.
They
Uh,
merged with I know they merged with AT&T, and then that's when it started like going away. There's people who still have AOL.
that's what I was saying. The AOL is crazy. Imagine if you have like a single letter at AOL.com, like Z at AOL.com. I'm sure that shit's worth a lot of money.
Speaking of AOL, remember Instant Messenger? I mean, it's still around. We just call it the DMs now, but remember like Yahoo Instant Messenger and like MSN and all that stuff?
You've got mail.
Like you gotta have like a whole chat room with your friends through like an app on your computer.
I mean, that everyone who was on that shit then went to Skype, and then everyone on Skype went to like either Discord or went to an IRC and then went to Discord.
Discord, it's kind of crazy to think that's like stuff like that is where Discord came from, essentially.
The funny thing about Discord is it's actually not like that great of a chat app. It's
I
just because
know
everyone decided to go there that that's what everyone uses.
there is competition, but I feel like the competition just isn't as prominent because everybody just is like let's just go to Discord, and then Discord partners with PlayStation and Xbox, and like big name companies use Discord now.
Slack is probably better though in terms of like organizing content and
My
presenting it to people.
my, my old job has Slack, but they didn't let me get into it.
I'm also like I'm probably one of the few people who actually likes Teams.
Teams is okay. I'd use that for a class in college.
I only say that because if you use like Teams right now, like if you're using the current app, you're using the worst version of that app. There's one that's coming out in like a month or two. I think in June. Um, that's like they completely rewrote the entire app, so it's way fucking better.
What was I gonna tell you? Teams. One I did like the least is Zoom.
Fuck Zoom.
Zoom sucks. I was like, why did everyone choose this as like the video chat app
I
during
literally
the
would have
pandemic?
rather had Uvu come back than fucking use Zoom.
Alright. When it comes to Uvu, all I ever think about is when I was in high school and like girls who it'd be like five girls on the Uvu with one dude.
That's crazy. I never seen that shit.
Oh, it would be like, oh yeah, we were all on Uvu last night. I was like, why? I was like, why not use Skype?
I don't know, man. I feel like Skype was the shit back then. You could upload like 2 GB files. Like if you needed to upload a whole fucking app, you could do that. That shit was nuts.
When I got a laptop with a webcam, I used to go dumb on Skype. I used to just like call people and then use the little like ad plugins you would put on there to like change my background on there. Kind of like what we do on Discord already.
I just liked the when it came to Skype at least that like if you had a big ass group chat, it was easy to search that shit. That's
Yep.
probably the big issue I have with a lot of current group chats right now. Like Discord is has such a shit search. And like if you do iMessage, good luck fucking searching an iMessage group for anything in that
Okay,
conversation.
hear me out about it's just a iOS thing. They just don't care about organization.
You know what? That's true.
Look at Apple Podcasts, look at Apple Music, and then compare it to the competitors.
It's funny you say that because they're with iOS 17 coming out pretty soon. They're gonna rewrite Apple Music's user interface. So I'm curious to see if they make it better or if they just keep fucking it up.
I keep getting I've gotten Apple Music for free the whole time I've got had an iPhone.
I ain't going front. I have not used Apple Music for 1 minute since I got this phone. I've just been
I
using
haven't
Spotify.
I haven't used it in like 2 years.
Actually, I take it back. I use Apple Music if I'm playing audio that I save to my phone because I'm one of
Yeah,
those fucking freaks
that's what I
that
do.
save shit
But
still.
there's some songs on Apple Music that I know about that aren't on Spotify. Outside of that, I was like, I hate using this app. It's harder to search things. It's harder to find things. The playlists are just better on Spotify.
If Spotify could just show you the files that you have downloaded, it's probably I would probably literally never use Apple Music.
Yep. One thing
But
I want Spotify to do, and I know they won't, is have radio. Like how like Apple has like a radio station. Like
all right, you're gonna have to tell me what the difference is between radio and fucking just having a playlist.
it
I feel
recommends
dumb.
more song. It just recommends more songs like that song. Like a playlist is like you choose it, but not like that type of radio. Not like Pandora, like because that's what all the radios on the apps are. Like Apple has like actual Beats One and shit, and they were supposed to make another radio station, but that shit never happened.
You just reminded me. I still have the AI DJ on Spotify.
I still don't.
This shit is. I feel like I like the idea a lot, but because they just use the same prompt and the same guy, like the same voice, it got pretty old. So I haven't used it as much as when it came out. I did like the recommendations it was trying to serve me though. So I feel like at some
I f-
point Apple or Apple or Spotify is going to come out with like a radio that's hosted by an AI DJ that's not like they'll have a person queuing the songs but not like queuing not like announcing anything.
I feel like they're gonna improve it by like December, by like the end of the year, like holiday time. They're gonna probably roll it out to everybody with one voice, and then they'll integrate like a couple voices,
I think they have to
and
start with
then
a couple voices because otherwise,
and
like, that's the thing I didn't like about Spotify is the Mr. X dude, who's actually like a really good radio announcer. Like, I just got tired of hearing him always say the same shit.
I feel like probably give it. Let's see, it's April 2023. By like July 2024, the AI DJ is gonna be personalized to every person.
Yeah,
So if you listen to like let's just say RX nephew or something like that, it's gonna be like, oh, let's play this new RX Neff when you listen to it.
well, see, and
And
like the
some
Spotify DJ did that, but like the problem I had with it, like mainly, was like they also tried to serve you like, here's Spotify's new artist for hip hop, and it's like I don't want to listen to that shit.
yeah, I feel like they're gonna slowly push it to be like different for every single person. Where like somebody who listens like Taylor Swift is gonna get like stuff like that. And then somebody who listens to like let's just say Future, like Little Yachty, they're gonna get like theirs tailored towards them like that.
I think also I'm probably one of the outliers in terms of like music taste, where it's very hard for the algorithm to work for me because I listen to so much different artists and like I know people online always meme about I listen to so many different artists and it's all like one genre, but I listen to like so many different genres of shit and I'm always changing it up. So it's when I do like the random radio, the full random, it's a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think for some people it's gonna work really well. Like if you stick to one genre all the time, or like a few genres even, you're good. But if you're just always listening to different shit from different artists every day, it's I don't know if there's really an algorithm that'll work for you. But like I said, I know I'm an outlier in that. So for most people that I've talked to who've gotten access to it, they really like it because it just keeps playing the same shit for them. I should say it keeps playing things that they like that are related to the things that they already like. So it's just like very safe. I feel like there should be a slider, like go full bananas and recommend me whatever the fuck, and that's like outside of the shit that I even listen to. I want shit that has like one play on Spotify.
It's not gonna know what to do at that point.
It's gonna just break.
It's not gonna know because there's not enough like information to know what like if people like this, they'll like this too.
I think that's kind of why I like. All right, I'm gonna talk about people fucking gatekeeping shit. I like recommending people that haven't blown up yet because I want them to blow up. And there's like this whole argument online from people who are like, "No, man, if you introduce people to this artist, they're gonna change how they sound." I'm like, "That's called fucking evolution."
All right, I dislike doing that for a reason. Sometimes I listen to an artist and I'm like, if the public listens to this, they're gonna hate on this in this person's career. I was like, it's funnier. It's more fun to listen to when like it's only oh so big. Like
Well, like
when I
what?
first was
Oh,
like what? Like
Nuts
when I
so
first
thuggin',
listened.
bro.
Oh, like when I first started listening to like TJX6, I was like,
Oh yeah.
this is only gonna feel cool if only like a certain wing of us listen to it. Everybody else is gonna be like, this is bad rapping. He's offbeat, and then they're gonna like make him forced.
Okay, I just in that Discord we're in, I just did the Who Knows Nuts so thuggin', and I have almost 1,000 plays, and the only other person has one play. That's the shit where I'm just like, this guy is good, and nobody listens to him, and it makes me annoyed.
I don't even know who that is.
He just like fucking dirty South trap shit.
I listen to it later.
That I don't know. I feel like people are always complaining that all rappers sound the same. And then I find some shit that's different. Like RX Nephew, when I got put onto him, I was like, oh, this is wild as fuck.
Heard of him through another podcast, but I was like, I don't know if he's like that. And then like I heard his music, and I was like, oh my god, this is wild.
Yeah, listening to him reminded me of listening to when like Lil B first dropped, and I'm
Yes,
just like, people are not gonna appreciate this till like 10 years from now, and now that's happening with Lil B.
I seen it. You seen that tweet I sent you where somebody was like, y'all were. It was something he was hating on Lil B, and yet everybody was just quote tweeting him with like Lil B songs, and it was like, and I was like, yeah, it's like we not hating on Little B.
Lil B, I feel like I remember when people were like back in the day talking about why didn't he rap over boom bap shit and like do wordplay and all that type of shit. I'm like, he did wordplay. He just didn't like the fucking beats.
Well, it's like when you listen to it now, it's like this music really held up. It's not like when you it's some artists you listen to and like everything just sounds worse once you get a
Waka
few years
Flocka.
removed. I like early Waka Flocka.
No, I'm talking like what the fuck? Everything after Flockavelli.
You know, it's funny. I listened to his first. I listened to that first "Salute Me or Shoot Me" mixtape when it hit streaming. I didn't realize how worse like some of the songs that he eventually made singles sounded on the mixtape quality.
Hmm.
Because he like didn't clean the songs up that much when he put them on streaming, and I was like, I kind of appreciate that he did this. Because like some artists will just put like the CD queue of like singles on there, and then like you don't know what like the OG shit sounded like.
Yo, I was actually talking to my girlfriend about how like I kind of miss having a CD player because of how clean the audio was. And now that we're on like streaming, even when you're like connected, wired to like a place that plays audio or a thing that plays audio, if you're listening to something on Spotify, the compression is noticeable. But again, I go back to like I'm somebody who will notice the difference in quality of audio. Like it's really noticeable if you have the same song and you play it on streaming and then play it on CD. But nobody's really doing that.
The thing I hate about CD is that like if a song had like s- I hate it when songs like had a skip in them or something like that.
You mean like
Because
your CD was fucked up, or like the shit skipped on the player? Because that could happen.
no, I saved the album on my computer and the song skipped,
Oh, that's stupid.
and I was like, "Fuck!" And I don't even know if the song is like. I could probably listen to a Spotify and figure out if like the skip was just like an error, but if it was like an error that made it to like the album, they probably like fixed it for streaming.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty rare nowadays that, especially because I think Kanye. I know people don't really like talking about him that much. Kanye definitely popularized doing updates on the album like it's a fucking Windows computer.
all right. I was for the updates until they changed Yosemite on that Travis Scott album.
Astroworld,
Yes, and I
bro.
was like, listen,
I know exactly what you're talking about. That shit pissed me off. I was like, you made the
they were
song
like
worse.
it was like Nav recorded like a mile away from the mic, and then you hear it updated. And I was like, he didn't say shit. Like, why would we do this? I'm like hearing it. I was like, y'all made the song worse. Y'all know this, right?
Well, what's I think what's really shitty is like people will put out an album or a mixtape and then do the deluxe shit and then re-release it like 10 more fucking times. I don't mind having a song like like Shot of Flow and Elite Chopper, fucking that type shit where you just make more of the song. I think I mind it a lot more when you have
Um,
an original release that you can't
um,
fucking get back to, and then you're just stuck
um,
with like a worse version of the album.
I'm saying the beatbox song did that 2 years ago. The kid kept dropping a different remix every like 2 weeks, and then I was like, I was like, I can't listen to this shit anymore.
All right, I got a question, Ron. Has Rod Wave fallen off? Is it over?
It's all right. I kind of think he has. I mean, the music's still there. I just think no one cares anymore because he makes the
Who fell
same
off harder,
song now.
Rod Wave or Roddy Rich?
Raw Wave.
Yeah, that's fair.
Roddy
I was
Rich fell
listening
off.
to I was listening to Soulfly, and I was like, "Damn, this album was dope." And I'm like, "Why the fuck you put the same album out like 3 times?"
Like my issue with Rod Wave is like he just makes songs about feeling bad for himself, and I'm like, all right, we get it. Your life sucks. You don't have to keep doing this. Like, try something new.
Do a speeding bullet to heaven.
It's like I would say become Mario Judah or Luigi Judah.
Oh, that's nuts.
That's a one person who fell off. Mario Judah.
That's fucking real, man. Because I was like, what has he done in the past like 3 or 4 years since
Oh,
like the
he had that.
pandemic?
Oh, he had that one song at the end of 2020, and then it was like he didn't drop anything else.
And that was it. It's over.
He was like Playboy Cardi dropped Whole Lot of Red, and then he named his own album Whole Lot of Red, and I was like,
Oh, I
ah,
forgot
yeah,
about that. That was fucking dumb.
it was it was terrible. And everyone was like, who the what was it? The joke was it was something like who the fuck is Mario Judah? And it's like, why is it who the fuck is Mario Judah? It's where the fuck is Mario Judah or something like that.
Honestly, though, I'm kind of okay with it. Like, I'm okay with people falling off if they then like do some weird shit and then like try to find their own niche because you can only be popular for so long unless you're like generational. There's only so many of those dudes. What I find kind of crazy is like now a lot of the shit that when I was like learning how to make music, um, like cloud rap and shit, is now like the popular thing to do, and I'm
Was
just like sort of like
what?
live love ASAP type shit.
Oh, it's weird. I like that era, but then I was like, it felt like too many people were trying to replicate that
That was the
at a
thing I
point.
didn't like about it at the time is everyone tried to do that, and it was like you've already got people who've got that as their entire style and can do it better. So why would people listen to you over them?
Another one I thought was crazy was when like people were trying to make diet Drake songs, and I'm like, there's already a Drake. We don't need another Drake in the industry.
That's actually why I liked Baka Not Nice.
Oh my god, he's so fire.
I still listen
I
to
was
him.
like,
I'm like, why the fuck don't people listen to this guy?
it, he has a bad. It's what's it? People think he's not good. They kind of think he was just only put on because he was like Drake's bodyguard.
Bro, 4 milli, unironically, 2018 album of the year. I don't give a fuck.
When I first heard Dope Game, I was like, this is like different. I was like, I just wish he wasn't like 42 years old.
Yeah, for real.
The first time I heard Live Up to My Name,
Live up to my boom.
oh, it's a gif of that they made. I've only seen it like one time ever. They edited the video and they put DeRozan and Kyle Lowry's faces over like two people in the video dancing.
That's fucking hilarious.
And I can't find that gif. I've seen it one time and it like fucking disappeared from the internet. And I was like, I thought Drake was gonna hop on the remix to Live Up to My Name because this song was so good. And it
But yeah,
would have
Baka Not
made
Nice deserves more plays. Please listen to Baka Not Nice.
I was like, listening to the song. The funniest part about this song was when he was like, I went to jail the day they released Men in Black or something like that. And then he said, when I came home, Timberland was bringing Sexy back. And I was like, that's like 10 years apart.
Yeah, I was like, this shit don't line up.
No, I was like, if he did go to jail, I was like, I think he's like 40.
Hey man, honestly, if the buyer is far, I don't care if rappers lie on their shit.
True. There's a
I
lot of
still
rappers who
remember having
lie.
like somebody. I think the thing with rap to me, especially if you like watch rappers in the studio, like they'll come in with some written shit. And you're like, all right, this is nice, and then like they'll have something that's actually pretty clever, but they don't actually believe in the line, so the line is shit when they record and they got to do a bunch of takes. Like sometimes when somebody has a fire ass recording. I feel like whoever's in the studio with Baka for that 4 milli album was like, yeah, this motherfucker going in.
Dra- Drake. It was Drake. Like when I found out he was like signed to OVO, it made total sense. Let's see.
Ah, man, like I said, I don't like gatekeeping artists only because I want more shit. I want people to listen to shit like that and then make something completely different just because they heard that shit. That's kind of like why I do like some fresh finds playlists where I'll just find like the most obscure fucking people and then put them on a playlist and then just share it to people. I'm like, I don't really care if people listen to the whole thing or not. I just want people to like hear different shit.
Oh, I love finding like low key artists.
Me when I listen to ambient.
Yes. Like what was it 20 like 17, 2018? I had like the perfect mix of music in my playlist. I would have like Drake, and then Drake Future, and then have like somebody totally random that no one ever heard of, like 3 songs later.
See, I'm always on like ambient shit. So like the one album I keep going back to is like Biosphere Substrata, whatever. Fucking, I put like 100 plays on that artist in a row the other day, and I was just kind of like, damn. There's really not. I like finding an artist unique enough and like with a strong enough staying power that like that motherfucker shit came out like 30 years ago at this point, and it still fucking hits. I feel like rock is kind of in the same vein for me. Like some rock songs I still fuck with, but a lot of it is kind of corny.
Yeah, electronic music to have another run like it had in the mid 2010s.
I need Skrillex to come back again.
I need another DJ Snake album.
Real.
Like when he dropped that one album in 2017, I was like, this is like a generational album. I like. Let's see.
Oh,
Look
Ron,
some
I got a
others.
crazy story to close out with.
What?
So this guy in Houston got gunned down, and he was like a fake parking lot attendant who would like overcharge the fuck out of people, but he didn't actually like he wasn't actually a parking attendant,
Oh my god.
and so people would get
S-
their shit towed.
When
This
scamming
dude,
goes wrong.
this dude fucking shot him, and now he's dead. And the motherfucker, the craziest part of the story is apparently he shot him and then went inside the restaurant with his date and finished the date before the police got there. I just want to know how that conversation went with the girl he was with.
Yeah, I just had to handle some business. Um, Let's see. Have you seen that Dead Island game?
Oh, Dead Island 2? Yeah, it looks good. I like zombie games. I might play it at some point.
I'm gonna mess around and probably get it in a few weeks.
You know what's crazy is like here's the craziest part about that story, Ron. That guy who shot him and killed him, he might actually not get fucking um he
Charged?
has a defense because in Texas, due to protection of property, he can argue that deadly force was justified because he basically got robbed.
Yep.
I it's not the
I,
right way
s-
to go about it, but I get it.
I stand with him.
That's crazy though. Imagine you get scammed for like $20 and you're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna kill that guy." Also, the guy had done that scam like 30 different times and still wasn't in jail for the rest of his life. I feel like if you scam that many times and you're not in jail, the system is just trash.
You are the scam. Well, he was the scam champ.
Former scam champ retired.
And it's like, let's see, who. One day I should just do a scam champ power rankings.
There's actually a law in Texas, like they call it the cattle rustling defense. If you shoot someone because they stolen from you and it's after sundown, you could get away with it.
I feel like that. I feel like that. I feel like there would be ways people would try to get around that.
I was like, note
Like
to
the
any listeners, this is not advice. I'm not a lawyer.
yeah,
Do not
yeah,
try to shoot
this,
somebody after
yeah. Don't
sundown if they
yeah,
stole from you.
yeah, don't do this because we're not bailing you out if you get arrested.
We don't get the money for that. Also, just don't shoot somebody over some fucking over money, unless it's. Nah, I'm just kidding. Just
You know,
don't do that shit. Take them to
don't
court.
don't don't sue somebody if you really don't have to.
Real.
because
We
we don't
in
know
this
how.
chat we defend some of the Second Amendment, not
Yes,
all of it.
what
We
Bear said. The Second Amendment.
amendment. All right. I think there's one more thing to talk about, and that's tipping culture is just fucking crazy. I just wanted to make a comment on it. I saw a story that was that servers are now expecting 20% because they think that's what good service means. And this shit is out of hand. Motherfucker, if I'm there for pickup, if I order takeout, what the fuck have you done? What is the service? Did you put it in a bag? $0
I,
tip. Fuck out my
I,
face.
I'm not. The people who deserve the tip at that point are the people who cook the food.
And they don't get any of it.
Oh, I don't. You know what? I have a question about this. Why don't
All right.
restaurants just pay? Why don't like we just force restaurants to pay people a normal wage?
Because then everything would cost even more and people would fucking riot in the streets.
This
I actually
goes to
saw
another
McDonald's is
another.
gonna. They're bro. They have franchise owners that are like not raising prices, and so they're gonna end up getting closed because they just can't afford to fucking keep food cheap.
Wait, who?
McDonald's.
Oh, I want to say this. It's that goes into another take I have, but I'll elaborate. I'll say that take later time about paying people more money and how like companies would try to just fire workers over it.
I think it's kind of the
But
Starbucks problem. Like a lot of these places have opened too many of their restaurants. Like McDonald's is a pretty bad example too, where like they fucking there's like one almost every mile or less, and it's like
you
at
know
some
what?
point you got to fucking realize that not every if shit starts costing more money, that business model's not going to work.
We don't need 15 McDonald's.
Let me go look how many McDonald's are in Houston.
You guys have to have at least 50.
There's 129. We have the
Oh, yep.
most McDonald's. There's no
100.
way. Bro, we
I
have
can't think of.
129 McDonald's. All right. McDonald's, if you're listening, close the fucking stores. You have too many here.
It was a McDonald's legitimately when I was in high school. Like two of them within like 5 minutes of my school. Not
Bro,
five, 10.
129. We have more McDonald's than Dallas and Orlando combined.
Dude, when I was in college, there were two McDonald's within like a 5 minute drive of each other. And the only reason it was allowed is because there was a freeway dividing them.
Which fast food place has the most McDonald's? Now I need to look.
And then there was another one down like the hill that was across the county line. I was like, that's three McDonald's in like 12 minutes driving time.
All right, fast food locations number 1. Let me look. Subway. Huh?
There. Subway is the worst offender of this.
There's 25,000 subways in the US. All right.
No,
All
they're
right.
literally like at every fucking like corner, at
I
every like major intersection in the city.
If you are listening to this podcast and you eat Subway, please leave a comment and tell me why. I don't understand.
There's one like, there's two within like a 10-minute drive of my mom's house,
Bro,
and I'm like,
I
why are these so close?
I would literally rather eat at a Circle K than eat at a Subway.
Let's see, I want to look up Subway. See location.
25,000 Subways in the US is almost double the amount of McDonald's.
There's Yeah, there's like way too many subways close to me. Like, it's like fucking 4, and I don't have to drive 10 minutes to any of them.
I hope whoever has gotten this far in the podcast, I hope you enjoy the fun fact. There's 129 fucking McDonald's in Houston. I can't get over that one.
McDonald's. Why are you? What draws you to Houston?
We need to know. All right. Well, I think that about covers everything for this week. If we don't have Rui back next week, he's in debt. He went to jail again.
We sent Rui to space,
And Dre's still in the gulag.
known as Walmart.
All right. It's been a fun pod. Nice talking to you, Ron. Make sure to
All right.
follow us on the socials. Like and subscribe. Thumbs up, 5 stars. Share it with your friends and family, your dog. Put the podcast on in the background while you're fucking vacuuming. Whatever you got to do. It's been a good one. Peace.